just fine. I just wanted to play. I just wanted to play. But Texas, green eyes crying goodbye, was a long drive, a heartache I'm still trying to get through. Texas was you.
Located on the north side of Fort Worth, the construction of Texas Motor Speedway began in the spring of 1995 and required the movement of more than 4 million cubic yards of earth before it was completed the following year. The oval originally featured unique dual-angle banking in its first major race. The NASCAR Xfinity Series event in April of '97 was won by Mark Martin. Jeff Burton won the first Cup Series event the following day in front of a sellout crowd of over 200,000 spectators. 2 months later, Kenny Irwin won the first NASCAR Truck Series race held at the Speedway. Track has also been good to Dale Earnhardt Jr., who won his first ever Xfinity Series race there in 1998, and 2 years later won his first Cup Series race. Shortly after Jr.'s Xfinity Series win, the oval was reconfigured, eliminating the 8-degree section of dual-angle banking. Tonight, it's the Justin Johnson Benefit Bash, and it's next on HBR TV. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the virtual Texas Motor Speedway for this one-off specialty race, Justin Johnson Benefit Bash, put on by the Noble Racing Series. 125 laps going to be the race distance here tonight. 76-degree ambient temperatures, 77% humidity, cloudy skies, a little breezy as well, 17 mile per hour. The track temperature 111 degrees Fahrenheit. Drivers working with a 60% fuel load this evening, which will give them about 35 to 39 laps on a full tank. 2 sets of tires over the wall, no fast repairs, and 3 attempts at a green-white checkered if it comes down to it. Qualifying just about wrapped up here at the Speedway so far. Top time is the 80 of Drew Prell, a 30.790. Zach Millett on the racetrack presently. First lap for Millett, 31.090. Gets him into the top 10, but he's looking for pole here. Oh, just barely off turn 4, inches off the wall. Millett across the stripe, pulls the plug check, goes outside. Front row, 30.807. Sean Roberts out on the Speedway. It looks like someone forgot to put the numbers on his racing machines this afternoon. 16th quick his first lap. Couple of stream chatters already. We got, of course, Chastity Tucker jumping in, says, "Let's go, Tucker boys. Good to hear from you." And, of course, LSR Gaming X jumping in, says, "I can't thank you guys enough," albeit that'll be Justin Johnson watching this session and this broadcast. Of course, this is for him. Justin dealing with some medical issues here. Hopefully, starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel before he moves on in that and get him back behind the wheel of these race cars here soon enough. Hopefully that's going to be the case. But nevertheless, we're thinking about you, Justin. Hope all goes well, and see you back out here sooner than later. About 30 seconds officially left in the session. Few drivers haven't taken a time. It's Drew Blaze, Jesse Redding, Alexander Williams, and Ty Bodenbach. And that's going to really do it. So qualifying in the books. We're going to jump right into our race session here momentarily. And there it is. Let's do it. Let's take a look here at our starting grid. On the pole position with a lap time of 30.790 seconds, it's the 80 machine of Drew Prell. Outside front row from Track Bar Motorsports, missed it by 17 thousandths of a second, it's Zach Millett. Row number 2, it's Matt Oplager in the number 20. with Roman Ash, the number 22, to his outside. Row 3, Matt Sisler and Ken Couch. Row 4 goes to Michael Tucker and Jarrett Woodard. Row 5, it's Mike Fahey and Skylar Harrod. Starting in the 11th position is Rob Higgs Jr. in the number 14, with Joe Tucker in the 13 to his outside in 12th. 13th starter, it's the 29 of Chris Elliott, flanked by the 58 of Braden Elliott. Cody Rhodes will start 15th, Sean Roberts 16th. 17th starter, it's Jonathan Marsh, with Drew Blaze starting 18th. Keep an eye on the 1 here tonight. Jesse Redding in the 21 starts 19th. Alexander Williams will start 20th, and shotgun on the field in the number 23 goes to Ty Bodenbach. He'll start 21st. It's your starting grid here from Texas Motor Speedway. Drivers starting to grid up. Just a couple of left to hit the grid before we can start taking our pace lap. That's Mike Tucker and Skylar Harrod still waiting. And now Harrod last to grid up. LSR Gaming X in the chat says, slowly getting better, can't wait to get back in the ring. Well, we're looking forward to it. The best and most important part is that you're healthy, and that's something we're all looking forward to, Kingston. So field rolling away out of pit lane here into turn number 1. 1 pace lap before we go green. So let's take a peek yet again here at the race details. 125 laps the race distance. 77-degree temperatures outside. 72% humidity, cloudy skies, 14-mile-per-hour breeze, still breezy, but coming down slightly. Track temperature 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Drivers have a 60% fuel load tonight, which is a 35 to 39 lap fuel window. 2 sets of tires over the wall. No fast repairs, count them, none. 0 zip zillage. You break it, you got to fix it. 3 green-white checkered finishes if necessary. Field getting formed up down the backstretch into turn number 3. Drew Prowl, Zach Millett will bring him to the green flag. Pace car is in. We'll wait for Barney to wave the green. Field into the start zone, green flag given, and it waves. We're off and running from Texas Motor Speedway. Drew Prowl on the gas. Down the backstretch after the start of this one, Prowl out in front, Millett on his tail. 20 of Hopplager clears Zach Millett, takes the second spot. Now going to look for that race lead, but out of turn number 4, Prowl's going to lead lap number 1. Battle for second. Millett trying to take it back on the bottom side. Hopplager up the top just a little bit. Millett there. Tucks it back down to the bottom, looks to the inside down the back straightaway.
Caution.
And caution is on the speedway. Not sure what we have. Sean Roberts possibly in trouble here early on, but the yellow is out just after a lap and a half here at Texas Motor Speedway. Let's get a look, see what happened here to Sean Roberts. Yes, off turn number 2, gets loose and then gets drilled. Not sure if it was the 00. Yes, it was. It was the 0 that got into Sean Roberts there, Jonathan Marsh. Look at it a little bit slower here if we can. Now that's going to give everybody a bit of a reset here. Fuel savings already on the minds of many drivers out here tonight. Again, the fuel window, 35 to 39 laps. And look at that. Here comes Hopplager taking a peek. But Millett decides, you know what, I'm going to go. It's early. Let's top off the tank. Get off cycle with everybody. Now, after just a few laps, this is likely to be fuel only for all involved. Drops the jack down and away. We got Idjit01 jumping in, says, let's go, boys. Of course, LSR Gaming X. We got Azarius90. That's a familiar screen name, which I'm probably still pronouncing wrong. On board with Drew Prowl, still riding in the race lead. Started this one on pole position tonight. See the pace car lights still on. We should get the one to go this time. Restart should come at lap 6. We got Josh Sisk in the chat, says, Millen, how much of a donation to go to the back after lap 80 and drive back up? Hopefully Millet's listening and catches that. Field getting doubled back up as we're getting ready for our first restart of the afternoon. Quick caution coming out lap 2. Off turn number 2 was Sean Roberts and Jonathan Marsh. Pace car makes the left down pit road. Ready for the restart. Drew Prowl and Opliger on the front row.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Continues to lead. Now the 22 of Rowan Ash jumps up into the second spot. Mike Tucker now third. Skylar Herod up to fourth. Opliger's dropped back to P5. Further back in the pack, some fast drivers. Zach Millett in the 10th spot. Again, made a pit stop for fuel just to top things up. Now we have a battle for the race lead. Ash going to the inside. The number 30 Reese's Pieces machine. Side-by-side battle off turn number 4. Ash keeps it to the bottom of the racetrack. Will he lead the lap? Cuts it short to the dog leg, but no, Pearl maintains the top spot, but for how long? Ash nose in front in turn number 1. Gets clear in the middle, 1 and 2. New leader, the 22, Rowan Ash. Prowl trying to battle back around the outside. Mike Tucker in the 39 rolling up. On board with Prowl, looking in the second spot here behind Rowan Ash. Mike Tucker now alongside. He's going to clear and take the second spot. Prell's lost a few spots here the last couple of laps. Skylar Herod up into the third spot. New colors on the 3 for Herod. Still Skunkworks graphics, but some new paint. Meanwhile, out in front still, it's the 22 of Rowan Ash. Mike Tucker right to the back bumper. Looking for a way around. Haven't seen Mike Tucker in some league races, at least on HBR TV in recent months, but looking back to the last time we watched him run, was very, very fast out of the gate, just couldn't maintain it. Usually burned off the tires and dropped positions later in the race or later in the run. We'll see if he's updated some of that strategy and some of those skills, if he can save some tire in this one. Become a factor late in the race. Ash might have overdrove the corner just a bit there. Slides up the racetrack. Tucker gets a little bit closer, but it's also allowed Skylar Herod to close the gap on both these top 2 running drivers. Drew Prell back in the 4th spot. On board with Mike Tucker. Pins it to the bottom of the racetrack through 1 and 2. It's going to get nice and flat here on exit, though. Got to be able to put the power down. A little bit of contact between Tucker and Ash. Tucker to the inside for the race lead. We've got Chastity Tucker in the chat commenting on Mike Tucker. Says he has matured a little, LOL. Time will tell. 14 laps in, though. Tucker with the race lead. We'll see how long he can hang on to it. A little bit under halfway through this run on tires and fuel. Oh, one car in the wall as Matt Sisler gets into the outside wall off turn number 4. Drew Prell right there trying to capitalize. Prell lost that spot not long ago, but Sisler making a small mistake on corner exit. Still able to hang on to the spot. Battle for position now with Matt Opliger and now Joe Tucker. Opliger's come back a few positions, going to lose the 7th spot to Tucker here just about now. 13 of Joe Tucker gets clear, gets around. Meanwhile, back out front, Tucker continues to lead while Skylar Herod is taking the 2nd spot from Rowan Ash. Sisler runs 4th, Drew Prell still 5th. Zach Millen, after his fuel stop, he's worked himself up into the 6th position. Millett takes the spot, moved the 315 into the top 5. Still moving forward, now attacks Matt Sisler for 4th. Alongside, off turn 4, he's clear of the 93, sets his sights now on the 22. Checking on some other drivers here just outside, well, actually just into the top 10. It's the 57 of Alexander Williams. He's up 10 positions in the number 57 machine there on the bottom of the racetrack. Williams quietly working his way forward, but still battles with the 14 of Rob Higgs Jr. Now it's going to open the door. Drew Blaze is going to try and run around the outside here, maybe pick up 2 spots if he's careful about it. Williams now from 10th back to 12th. Drew Blaze up 7. He runs in the 11th spot, looking for more. Wants to crack that top 10. Would be for the first time today. Oh, contact the 57 down the racetrack. We've got a wreck. Caution is out. Trouble on the entry to turn number 3. Multiple cars involved, and one driver coming in super late. Not sure what the situation there was. That might have been Jonathan Marsh. Came in real late. For whatever reason, couldn't get it woed down. So caution number 2 coming at lap 21. Let's see if we can catch what happened quickly here. The 29 of Chris Elliott, and then the 57 just gets into the outside wall on his own. I'm not sure what triggered that, but major hit for Chris Elliott in the bottom. And then Marsh comes in late. Caution's already out at this point. Yeah, you got to get woed up way earlier than that. You could see the smoke in turn 3. He was halfway down the backstretch and still gets in it. Just can't happen. Pit stop's complete. Looks like fuel only for just about everybody up and down pit lane. Drew Blaze had a 15-second stop. Now, I don't know if he took tires or if that was just a little bit of damage repair that he may have been trying to get fixed. The car looked okay. I don't think he was involved in that incident at all. So possibly trying some different strategy here for Drew Blaze. We'll see if he can cut his way through the field and get to the front. Because if he did take tires, and based on his pit stop it appears he did, everybody in front of him is going to be significantly slower by comparison. I'll have to keep an eye on Drew Blaze here. Let's go back to green. So 22 laps in, caution number 2. Mike Tucker still leads. Skylar Harrod will be to the outside, and Millett now into the top 5, running in the 3rd spot down low, that black and red 315. Then Rowan Ash, he's number 22 in the timing tower, but he's the 30 in his paint scheme. So lights are still on the iRacing pace car. Should get the 1 to go next time by. So 25 laps in, we should get the green. And Mike Tucker, your race leader. Zach Millett. Not sure if we did a choose here or what the situation is. I thought Skylar Harrod was going to restart outside front row, but it looks like now it's the 315. Harrod running in 3rd. Rowan Ash 4th. Pole sitter Drew Prowl running in P6. Matt Sisler 5th, if they can keep their position on the racetrack. kind of jumbled up a bit here. Joe Tucker up to 7th, having a good solid run this afternoon. Jarrett Woodard in 8th where he started. Matt Opliger in 9th. He's down 6th. Rob Higgs Jr. Rob out of Baltimore. Braden Elliott in 11th. Drew Blaze running in the 12th spot. Again, possibly fresh tires on board that machine. We'll have to watch, see if he can cut through this field as we get ready for a restart. Sean Roberts in 13th. Cody Rhodes running in 13th. 14th, Sean Roberts. Jesse Redding. Then Ken Couch. So we get set for another restart here, our second of the afternoon. It'll be lap 25 when Barney drops the green flag.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Good jump for Tucker. Millett slots in behind Mike Tucker in the second spot. The battle is on for third between Rowan Ash and Skylar Harrod. Side by side down the back straightaway. Harrod to the inside in the number 3. Trouble again, the 58 in the wall. Braden Elliott in trouble. Still coming down the racetrack, gets into the tire pack to the inside. Puts us under the yellow flag here for the third time this afternoon. Definitely something broke on the 58 machine as it's dog tracking significantly down the backstretch. Let's see what happened here to Braden Elliott. Drives it up the racetrack into the 14. A little bit of net code there, but I think he would have hit him anyway. Monster hit for Braden Elliott. Almost gets up on his lid. So just as quickly as we go green, we're back under yellow, but Drew Blaze already managed to pick up 4 new positions. Drivers can hit pit lane here. Mike Tucker, one of them. Very slow on entry here. Pit road not open yet. Maybe that's the problem. This is an interesting mistake. It appears by 3 different drivers. That or Mike Tucker's got a problem. Red lights were on at the entrance to pit lane, indicating a closed pit. Not sure what's going on here with Mike Tucker. I can't imagine he's out of fuel. Car's not running. Only 28 laps in. I cannot imagine that he's out of gas. They should have been able to go 35 laps minimum if we went green the whole way. We've had a few yellows already, so he's out early. Tucker's just going to roll to a stop here. He may be better off just towing at this point. It might be faster. Tough early break here for Mike Tucker. Comes to a stop. So that's going to give Millett the race lead here without having to really work too hard for it. That S4 guy in the chat says Mike stalled it, but he hasn't been able to refire, so I'm not sure the scenario there. He still sits idle on pit lane. And he just tows. So Michael Tucker down a lap right off the bat here. Has to tow to his pit stall from that space in pit lane. Stalled the car somehow. Can't get it refired. Mike Tucker shown in his pit box here. I don't know if he's still waiting for the tow truck to get him there. It's technically how it works. He's got some work ahead of him, though. So pace car lights are out. We're on the one to go. Green flag racing the next time by. So front row as we get ready for green here will be Zach Millett and Rowan Ash. Row 2 it'll be Skylar Harrod and Drew Prell. Row 3 we got Sisler and Matt Opliger. Keep a close eye on Drew Blaze. He's in the 4th row. Remember, with fresher tires it appears. Green flag back in the air. We're underway. Millett on the jump. Battle for second continues between Asher and Harrod. Asher's got the second spot for the time being. Battle behind them, no. Drew Prell, a little bit of contact with the 20 of Opliger. And Drew Blaze pancakes the wall on corner exit as well. Millett still with the lead, unable to check out from the rest of the field. 3/10 the advantage over Rowan Ash. Blaze now to the inside, just cracks the top 5. Now looking for more. Drew Prell up the racetrack. Blaze into 4th. Down the back straightaway, sets his sights on Skylar Harrod for the 3rd spot. Blaze continuing to move forward, kind of as we expected here with the fresher tires. Only one set left, though, which is going to have to grin and bear it in the midsection of this race. It's going to have to skip a set for sure at one point or another. Meanwhile, Blaze looking around the outside of Skylar Herod for the third spot. Just like that, Drew Blaze makes short work of Rowan Ash for the second spot. So top two now, Millet and Blaze. Boy, we've seen this happen a bunch. Blaze reeling in the 3:15 here. 35 laps in the books here at Texas Motor Speedway. And Drew Blaze cruises by Zach Millet, takes the top spot here off turn number 4. New leader, it's Drew Blaze. So Blaze is going to run out to a pretty significant advantage here on this newer set of tires. Things likely to swap back around later as tire strategy at play early on here at Texas Motor Speedway. So Blaze out in front, Millet in second. Skylar Herod still runs third. Michael Tucker was able to get back on the racetrack here, but he runs 16th now, 2 laps down. He's got some work to do. So Ash gets into the outside wall there out of corner number 4. Slows him a bit, opens the door now for Drew Prahl. Prahl looking to the outside. Hopliger in behind, looking for a way around as well. Drew Blaze out to a 1.7 second advantage now, 38 laps in. Still the battle with Prahl and the 30 of Ash. Might have been some contact there as Prahl gets into the outside wall after the fact. I don't know if the 30 checked up. Prahl definitely got into the back, and it seemed to catch him by surprise. Still watching this battle. The 20 of Hopliger in 4th, and Ash is in 5th. Drew Prahl looking to the inside. He wants to get back to the top 5. Applying pressure to the 30 machine down the back straightaway. Seems like Rowan Ash does not have the pace that he had earlier on. Now Matt Sisler applying some pressure to the back of the 30 machine. Prahl has gotten clear, so moved Drew up into P5. Ash now 6th. Sisler running just behind in 7th, trying to take it away. Battle for position here with the 14 of Rob Higgs, the 21 of Jesse Redding. Higgs able to hold off the 21 for now, maintains the 8th spot, but Jesse drives it in way deep into the corner. Gets right to the back bumper of the 14, but on corner exit, it seems that Higgs has the exit speed. Joe Tucker just inside the top 10 in the number 13 Ford Mustang Dark Horse. Starting to reel these two in as well as they continue to battle for position. Meanwhile, behind Joe Tucker, Jarrett Woodard in 11th. Speaking of the Tucker boys, Mike Tucker still now 14th, 2 laps down, but he's the first car any laps down. So if we get a caution, he'd be able to get one of those back, but he still needs to have another opportunity after that to get back onto the lead lap. Had a lot of pace here earlier on, just some bad luck stalling the car and then unable to refire it. Still in it though. We're not quite halfway yet. Still got a ways to go for that. Mike Tucker just in need of some cautions here to get back in this. Meanwhile, back out front, Drew Blaze, large and in charge, 1.8 seconds ahead of Zach Millett. His lap time starting to equal out slightly, though. Drew Blaze last lap at 32.90. In fact, Millett was faster with a 32.57, and he's still on his original set of tires. Starting to cut back into that race lead. Blaze had it up to over 2 seconds, and it's coming down. Last time by again, Blaze was still slower, 32.96 to Millett's 32.67. So lap by lap, Millett starting to cut back into the lead, even on older tires. Millett almost 3.5 tenths, a little over 3.5 tenths quicker than Blaze that last time. I don't know if Drew's just really trying to settle in and save again here. You'd never know with Drew Blaze. He's got pace just about everywhere we go. Comes from a dirt background, so he knows how to kind of take care of the tires, find different lanes and different ways to get around this racetrack and be fast. But might just be a scenario where he's taking care of his stuff here, pulling some strategy. We've seen that work out for him in the past as well. But nevertheless, Millett has cut the lead from 2 seconds down to less than 1 here in just a handful of laps. Continuing to run laps 3 to 4 tenths faster. And Drew Blaze might be hitting pit lane here, and he is. It almost seems unscheduled. It seems awfully early, considering the distance they can go on a tank of fuel. So Blaze into his pit stall. And he's going to take tires again. Again, I don't know 100% that he took them on that first stop, but the pace that he had out of the gate tells me that he did. It seems awful early to take this final set of tires. We're not even halfway. And Blaze still in the pits here. Might have gotten a speeding penalty on entry. Shuts it off. Might be day over for Drew Blaze. So another unfortunate set of circumstances gives Zach Millett the race lead yet again. Mike Tucker had his problems stalling it, getting to the pit lane and unable to refire. Millett took the race lead, but Drew Blaze comes down to pit what seems to be off cycle. Bolted his last set of tires on and then shut the car off. I don't know if he got dinged for speeding in the pits, but he still sits in his pit stall, hasn't left. Millett back out in front again with a 2.1 second advantage over Matt Opliger. Skylar Herod still running in third. Drew Prale fourth. Sisler clearing the lap car of Chris Elliott. Chris Elliott 20 laps down, 28 laps down that is, and looks like he's coming back to pit lane. Zach Millett still in command and now extending his lead over Matt Opliger. Both running similar lap times. Millett with a 32.89, Opliger a 32.95. Skylar Harrod, though, is about to have his hands full. In fact, he does now. Drew Prail making a move to the inside. This for the third spot. Prail, the pole sitter here tonight. Skylar Harrod working the outside. Prail in the bottom. And at the stripe, Prail takes back the third spot. Taking care of his tires early, able to put on some pressure here late in the run. Harrod going to lose another spot here. Looks like the 08. No, that's not a lead lap car. Ken Couch back in 14th now. Going to start seeing some more pit stops here momentarily. Just about at that fuel window of 35 to 39 laps from the last pit stops. Most of these guys came down at lap 21. See how far Millett can stretch it. In fact, let's ride on board with the 315, see if he's saving fuel. He's done this quite a bit in the past, but wow, grabbing a gear there. He's trying to get the rear end to step out a bit here. I think the right front might be going away on the Zach Millett machine. He's put 56 laps on that right front. Again, not all of it under green, but nevertheless, after about 15 laps, you can burn the right front off these things here. .48 Cody Rhodes going on by, getting one of his laps back. So you want to talk about tire fall off. Zach Millett's fastest lap of the day so far, 31.60. His last lap, 33.23. So yes, we're going a whole lot slower on these tires as they wear out. And Millett hasn't changed his set at all to this point. Drew Blaze has yet to rejoin the track. His day may be done. So now it's the 14 of Higgs who's in the lucky dog position. First car one lap down in 11th. Green flag cycles of pit stops beginning. Pace falling off considerably here for the race leader. Millett at lap 59 here. This puts him at about 38 laps under green. See if he comes down and pits this time. Millett stays out again. He's going to push the issue, try to make it a full 40 laps on a fuel run. LSR Gaming X, Justin Johnson says, what happened to Drew? We don't really know. He came down to pit in what seemed to be premature, took tires, which would have been his last set, which is still prior to halfway, and then he got out of the car. So I'm not sure if there's a mechanical issue with the Drew Blaze machine or if there was a penalty involved, and he just decided not to get back in. But nevertheless, looks like Drew Blaze going to be out of this one regardless. Millett stays out yet again. Some drivers on pit lane: Rowan Ash, Jarrett Woodard, Matt Opliger. Opliger, Matt Sisler, both in pit lane. picks him up, heads on out. So Millett still on the racetrack here. Really crazy how far he's been able to stretch the fuel this run. We thought 39 laps was the absolute maximum, and he's just about complete with 41. So Millett's going to pull it down into the pits here at lap 62. Millett did such a great job on this paint scheme for JJ. Love the roof. So Drew in the chat jumps in and says, mechanical issues. I'm rusty. I just wanted to lead some laps for my boy Justin out there. Oh, he was doing well. Certainly got up front. Tough to see you go so early, though. There's a better look at that roof. So Millett finishes up his pit work, 4 tires and fuel, as Drew Prell, Skylar Herod going to come down and pit. So just past halfway here at Texas Motor Speedway. Green flag pit stop's just about wrapped up as well. We're going to step aside, get one and only HBR TV side-by-side break out of the way. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this. You won't miss a thing.
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Back at Texas Motor Speedway, 70 laps complete. Lap 71 up on the board. Millett with the lead. 5.5 seconds the advantage over second place Matt Opliger. And green flag stops all in the books here for this round at least. Millett coming down at lap 62. Second and third were both in lap 60, but Drew Prale, Skylar Harrod stretched it to lap 63. Good job saving fuel for both of those drivers just inside the top 5. Pat Sisler running in the third spot. Just about a second in the rears of Matt Opliger. Drew Prale exiting turn number 2. Skylar Harrod the same. Here comes Joe Tucker in 6th. Jesse Redding running in the 7th spot. Rowan Ash, Jarrett Woodard, Sean Roberts, the top 10. Those are your lead lap cars. 11th is your first car, 1 lap down. That's Cody Rhodes, the 48 Ally machine. So Rhodes in the position. If the caution were to come out, he'd get the lucky dog. He'd get his lap back. Feeling pretty well strung out at this point. Caution would be kind of nice to see, really. Rowan Ash in 8th with Mike Tucker to the inside. Mike Tucker still running back in the 13th position, 2 laps down. Same for him. He'd love to get a caution so we can get back on the lead lap, but he needs 2 of those to happen. Jarrett Woodard back in the 9th spot. And Sean Roberts rounding out the top 10. Last lap for Millett at 32:21. Opliger ran the same lap time identically, this time by a little bit the same, but a little bit slower for Opliger. 4 hundredths of a second slower, that is. So 78 laps complete. Millett crosses the stripe. A comfortable margin for the 315. He just continues to turn laps out in front. Trying to find some battles here on the racetrack. Seems the closest right now is between Joe Tucker and Jesse Redding, but Tucker's still enjoying about 5-6 car lengths. And in fact, it's even further because the one car in between is Mike Tucker. So you see the distance there. You got Joe Tucker first in line, Mike Tucker behind him, and then further back, Jesse Redding. Truthfully, one of the closest races on the track right now. Let's check Rowan Ash and Sean Roberts. They're pretty close. A couple of car lengths, if they even one right now. Got Justin Johnson in the chat. I appreciate everything. You are all amazing people. Justin, you've done this charity race thing so many times for so many different great causes. It just seemed appropriate. Chris Elliott, Jesse Redding, those guys getting that organized this race tonight. HBR TV coming on to donate the broadcast. It's worth it, man. You've done a lot for us. Sean Roberts makes short work of Rowan Ash, gets clear, moves Sean up into the 8th spot. Matt Sisler still running in third. Going to try to get past here with the 08 of Ken Couch. Couch on the bottom of the racetrack. And here comes Cody Rhodes to pit lane. This is not going to help him here as far as being the lucky dog, but the caution didn't come out just yet. Rhodes hitting pit lane. So Rhodes going to bolt on 4 tires here. It's going to give him plenty of pace when he gets back out there, but now he's no longer in the lucky dog. That goes to the 14 of Higgs Jr. Rhodes down and away, lights him up, leaving. So now it's the 14 machine of Rob Higgs Jr. in the lucky dog position. Still running in the 11th spot. He's only 1 lap down here, so he would be back in contention if the yellow were to come out. Hopplager still running in the 2nd spot. Sisler a ways back in 3rd, about 7/10 to be specific. Rowan Ash and Jarrett Woodard battling for position. This would be for the 9th spot. Woodard could get clear. He did reel him in pretty quickly. Car length and a half between the two of them. Sun peeking back out here in Texas. Taking a look at the track temperature, 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Warming up. So Woodard swaps way up the racetrack here in front of the 48 of Rhodes. Rhodes just putting on a set of tires here. He's a couple of laps down now, but he's going to have some pace. May break up the battle as the 15 of Woodard gets the fence off turn 4. Rhodes goes on through on the inside. He'll set his sights now on Rowan Ash. So Zach Millett continues to lead with a healthy margin over the 20 of Oplager. Reeled into 14 here is going to put him a lap down again. So now Higgs 2 laps down in 11th. With 90 to go here, we're going to see if we can pull, 90 complete. We're going to pull Millett up into the broadcast booth while we're green. We typically don't do this during league races just because of the distraction factor, but Millett's pretty comfortable out there. No traffic out ahead with the race lead. So we're going to pull the driver of the 315 into the booth and get a word with our race leader. Zach and Steve in the booth, you got us?
Hey, Steve, what's up, buddy?
Figured I'd pull you in. It's kind of an exhibition race. You got a healthy margin out in front. How's the car handling now? You made a pit stop at lap 62. You've got some tire wear to be concerned with, and the next pit stop coming up. How does the car feel?
Actually feels really good right now, Steve. I'm trying to save a little bit of gas. I wanted to make it to lap 100 before I take my last set. I figure 25 laps on a new set will be, pretty nice and kind of spoiled me a little bit. So, but right now I'm kind of checking up early and dragging brake, and it feels really good.
Had a couple opportunities to pick up the race lead in a competitive aspect, but those 2 opportunities went away. Mike Tucker coming to pit lane and unable to refire the car, and then Drew Blaze coming down to pit after having some fresh tires. You haven't had to work too hard to take over the top spot, but there was some fast drivers out there earlier.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They both had pace. A lot of guys in here have pace. It's cool to see Drew Blaze up there leading laps. He's been a long-time Lone Star guy, and it was just cool to see. Mike Tucker, I don't know. We're going to have to see if these Xfinity cars come in automatics next time or something.
Well, either way, you continue to lead. A 6-second margin back to Oplager. We'll let you get back at it.
All right, buddy.
Zach Millett, your race leader, talking to us live under green flag conditions. It's funny. You can see how much the conversation distracts. He lost a half second of margin over the 20 while we talked to him. It's why we don't typically do it in a league session. This one's all for a good cause and all for fun, so why not? Maybe I should get back in there and rattle him some more and let the 20 reel him in. So now we've only got 8 cars on the lead lap as some more pit stops are underway. Sean Roberts in 8th, the last car on the lead lap. About 9-10 seconds away from losing the lap, or at least being caught by Zach Millett. And Zach's thinking he's going to pit here at about lap 100, take that last set of tires. Been pretty clean and green for quite some time now. We started off a little shaky, but it's been solid ever since. Rowan Ash, who just made his pit stop here at lap 90. He's going to get a lap back here to the inside of the race leader. Millett opens the door, just lets him go. So 30 laps to go here from Texas Motor Speedway. Everybody's within their fuel window at this point. You see as Oplinger comes down to pit. Matt Sisler does the same, so it shakes up the running order in the top 5. Millett, Proehl, Herod, Tucker, Redding now the top 5. Tucker, the Joe version of the Tuckers. Mike Tucker still in the 11th position, 2 laps down. Millett saving some more. Again, let's go on board. Let's listen to this. We've talked about it a bunch, the lift and coast. What you do effectively is you lift out of the throttle much earlier than you would, but you let the car run at idle, or sometimes guys even shut them off. All you can hear is tire noise. Hits the ignition switch, powers it back up. Do that lap after lap after lap. You can save a ton of fuel. We saw that on the last exchange. Millett able to go about 2.5 laps further than the expected maximum distance just in doing that. Millett with an 8.6 second lead now, back to Drew Proehl. Sean Roberts jumping up into 4th as Jesse Redding comes to pit lane for his final stop of the afternoon. 4 tires and fuel for Jesse Redding. He'll drop the jack and head down the road, get back in action. 14.98 seconds for Redding. Skylar Herod's going to pull down the pit lane as well for his final pit service. Herod in the box, a little bit short, has to back it up. That's going to cost him a ton of time. A little mistake for the 3 of Skylar Herod on the final pit stop. Under green flag conditions, that will kill you. Meanwhile, Millett and Drew Prale are going to head down pit lane as well. Herod's pit stop, 18.15, lost 3 seconds in the pits. Millett in the box, Drew Prale coming down as well. Now Sean Roberts takes over the race lead. So Millett, even after his pit stop, maintains the 2nd spot. Roberts is going to pull hard down pit lane as well, make his last stop of the day, and things are going swimmingly for the 315 as he's working the back straightaway here. About to be 25 laps to go when he crossed the stripe. So Millett retakes the race lead. 25 to go. Plenty of tire, plenty of fuel. Just needs to ride, but Opliger, with his pit stop coming about 4 laps sooner, you see the tire fall off and the differential there. It was multiple seconds prior to the pit stop. Now it's just under a full second back to the 20. Now Millett does have fresher tires now, so he'll have that benefit to the end of the race, but you see the undercut there for the 20 paying off as it really gained him some track position to reel Millett back in. Last lap for both. Millett 0.2 slower, in fact, than Matt Opliger. Millett 31.40, Opliger a 31.20. The 20 machine benefiting from a little bit of a draft off the 315. It's interesting to be close enough to gain the benefit of that draft. There's a fine line between the benefit of the draft and the deficit of dealing with dirty air in the corners. So you kind of have to play one against the other. Jesse Redding running just ahead of Rowan Ash. Redding in 6th. Now 9 cars on the lead lap. Sean Roberts being the last driver on the lead lap. Rob Higgs Jr. in the 10th spot. First car lap down. He'd get 1 lap back if we got the yellow. He's 2 down right now, so it wouldn't be a huge benefit, but if we get that second caution after, then that would help him considerably. Skylar Herod taking the 7th spot away. So Millett back on the power here, starting to stretch out his lead over the 20 yet again. Last lap a bit faster this time for Millett, 31.29 to Matt's 31.54. Millett not needing to save really any fuel at this point. Came down at lap 100, even with some green-white checkered finishes. If it comes down to that, he'd be good to go. No need to pit for tires as there aren't any left for him. I don't think anybody else saved a set either. I mean, 2 sets of tires here at Texas Motor Speedway. You really need to be careful about when you use them. This place certainly known for chewing up rubber. Sean Roberts still running in the 8th spot ahead of Rowan Ash in 9th. One of the closest battles on the track right now, and it's not super close. Still 5-6 car lengths back to the 30/22 of Rowan Ash. Rowan had a lot of pace early on with the fresh tires, but finds himself just at the backside of the top 10 here. So Millett now extending his lead again, 1.6, 1.7 at the line over the 20 of Opliger. So with 15 laps to go, Zach Millett still leads. Second place is Matt Opliger. Running in third is Matt Sisler. Sisler started 5th. Top 5 driver most of the evening. Drew Prowl back in the 4th position. Pole sitter tonight. Joe Tucker running in P5. Jesse Redding not too far back, a few car lengths. Might have a battle for that spot here before this one's out. He runs 6th. Skylar Herod in 7th. Sean Roberts running in the 8th spot. Rowan Ash runs in the 9th position. 10th is Rob Higgs Jr. Rob's in 10th, but 2 laps down. Mike Tucker's worked back up into 11th, also not on the lead lap. Jarrett Woodard runs 12th. 48 of Cody Rhodes back in the 13th spot with Ken Couch off the racetrack, still listed as 14th. Alexander Williams 15th, Braden Elliott 16th, Ty Bodenbach 17th, Chris Elliott 18th off the track, Jonathan Marsh 19th, Drew Blaze and Mike Fahey rounding out the field in 20th and 21st. Of course, Mike Fahey, Zach Millett's favorite driver. 12 laps to go from Texas Motor Speedway. Millett still leads, reeling in the 30 of Rowan Ash. This would be 9th position. Going to put him down a lap here momentarily. Derek Welch in the chat. Sorry couldn't make it. Been putting in floors all day. I don't envy you there. Matt Sisler and Drew Prahl now battling for the third spot. Prahl up top, trying to build a run on corner exit. This is turn 4. Has some momentum out of turn 4 into the dog leg. He's right there. Switches it up, goes to the inside, across the stripe. Prahl trying to charge back towards the front. Still side by side with Sisler. Now, Prahl does have a little bit newer tires underneath him compared to the 93. 4 laps fresher rubber to be exact, and at this place that makes a difference. See if he's got enough time to reel in the 20 with 9 laps to go. Prahl back about 4 seconds plus. Prahl's got some work to do, but he is starting to close the gap. It's 3.7 seconds to Matt Oplager. Just don't know if he's got the time. Last lap for Prahl, 32-31. About 2/10 quicker. Don't think he's got enough time to get there unless he finds a way to build a lot more pace really quickly. See the difference from Oplinger just through the dog leg past our finish into turn 1. Prahl, that's the differential. Millett still with the race lead, 3.6 seconds ahead of the second place running machine of Matt Opliger. And some lap traffic for the 20 to encounter Rowan Ash. So Millett down the back straightaway here, 4.5 laps to go, just in cruise control here. Doesn't want to see a caution. Just wants to get this thing to the finish. So Millett on turn number 4. It'll be 3 laps to go at the line. Just shy of 4 seconds the advantage back to the 20. Ty Bodenbach going down another lap. Bodenbach involved in an incident earlier on. He is 23 plus down. Now the 48 of Cody Rhodes going to lose another lap. Millett just cruising. Two laps to go from Texas. So Zach Millett out of turn number 4. Barney grabs the white flag, waves it furiously. Final lap here from Texas Motor Speedway. Millett downshifting again. You heard the RPM skyrocket through there. Zach Millett wasn't able to put the car on pole. Wasn't even fastest in practice. Two of his fastest challengers out of this one early, and Millett dominates the rest of the way. Out of turn number 4 into the dog leg. Zach Millett wins it at Texas. Second place, Matt Opliger. Drew Prell will drive home in third. Millett getting congratulations from his fellow drivers. Drives it back here to the dog leg. We'll see if he lights it up for us. Justin Johnson throwing out his 2 cents at the end of this. Congratulations to the 315. Thank you to those that put this race on, and thank you to all the drivers that participated and donated. You're all rock stars. I can't wait to be back out there with y'all. Looking forward to it, Justin. Hope things continue to go well, and we'll see you sooner than we know it. We're going to step aside here, going to break out of the way, get our top three, hopefully our top three in the broadcast booth after this. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I met Marco Scarza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Back at Texas Motor Speedway, Zach Millett with the race win here tonight. Started outside front row, drives it up into the race lead. Didn't have to really look back to anybody else after that fact. Dominating performance here tonight. Let's get a word with the driver of the 315, Zach Millett. It's Steve in the booth. You got us?
Hey, Steve. What's up, man?
Zach, congratulations. Kind of a lackluster race here tonight. Not a whole lot going on. We had some cautions early on that kept people bunched up and threw in some curveballs to the strategies. What was the strategy for you coming in? I know a lot of drivers were talking about skipping a pit stop, obviously with a tire set, trying to make that run to the end. But what was your game plan?
Yeah, we were kind of hoping for a caution anywhere around like lap 10. Because if we came down, we were getting like 38 laps a tank or so, which we'd have to pick one of those stints to go an extra 10, 15 laps to make it to the end. And if you can do that, in the beginning rather than the end, just in case, if you're on older tires at the very end and caution comes out, you're kind of a sitting duck. So we were just kind of hoping for a quick caution. We got a couple of them and it put us off schedule, and it worked out beautifully, really.
Definitely did work out nicely for you. You take this win. It was a dominant performance really from the midsection on, but talking about fuel strategy, you said max was about 38 laps. Well, we counted 41 laps and one of your pit stops there late. How did you manage to save that much extra fuel?
Man, that was, I didn't think it was that many. That worked out good. I was really trying to cut the ignition. It was in between the start-finish line and that red banner on the wall going into turn one. And that was saving me a ton. And it really didn't give up too much on track position because you were rolling in just as hard as you were if you were on throttle. So it worked out pretty good. The old Toyota Supra was getting pretty good mileage tonight. And yeah, man, I can't believe we stretched to 41. I'm pumped about that.
Well, you got it done. You got the checkered flag and the race win here tonight. Certainly no points to be concerned with the exhibition being what it is, but certainly for a good cause. New paint scheme on there tonight, certainly for Justin Johnson. But who do you want to thank before we let you get out of here?
Steve, I got to thank you, HBR TV, as always, for the broadcast. A big thanks to Justin Johnson and everything he's done, Lone Star Racing. I mean, hell, Steve, I wouldn't have met you if it wasn't for one of his charity races however many years ago.
Oh, he's like a matchmaker.
He's a matchmaker. Yeah, I'd race a matchmaker. That's not
That's not weird.
But no, not weird at all. But big thanks to them. I've obviously done a bunch of leagues with them since, and it's always fun. And not for nothing, it's the only league that actually does the true Winston Cup points too. So shout out to that. But yeah, I love those guys. Lone Star, they're always like family, and Justin, again, he's done so much. So glad he's doing better, and I'm glad we could do this for him.
Well, again, a job well done, Zach. Thanks for talking to us, and we'll see you at the next one, man. Thanks for chatting.
All right, man.
Zach Millett, your race winner here at Texas Motor Speedway. Next, we're going to try and talk to Matt Oplager. He's our second-place finisher. Might be new to the Discord, so hopefully you don't have any issues here. We'll try and pull him up into the broadcast booth. Matt, it's Steve with HBR TV. You got us live?
I do. How's it going?
It's going good, Matt. Congratulations. A solid runner-up finish. Started in the second row in third, but drove it up to finish in P2 here. What did you have left in the tank, if anything? Did you have caught Zach Millett? Would a late caution made a difference?
I don't think so. I pit so much earlier than him on the final pit stop that even after I got out of the pit stops, he was much quicker than me on the first few laps. So if there was a late yellow, I don't think I even would have held on for a top three. So
was there a specific
one.
Was there a specific strategy coming into tonight that you had in mind to try and keep up with those fast guys tonight?
Just keep it clean. Try not to burn out the right front. I know Texas is pretty harsh on the right front, so just keep it clean.
Well, he certainly kept it clean, drove it to his second place finish. A job well done nonetheless. Obviously, these exhibition races, it's kind of you want to win or that's it, but still second place, a solid run. Who do you want to shout out to? Who do you want to thank before I let you go?
I'd like to thank Matt Sisler. He paid me and Rowan Ash's dues for the charity tonight, so that was nice of him, and he still got a good finish, so happy for everybody here and happy for him. Just really nice night for this.
All right, Matt. Well, thanks for talking to us. Congrats again, and good luck at the next one.
Thank you.
It's Matt Oplager, your second place finisher here at Texas Motor Speedway. Next, we're going to talk to the driver of the 80, our pole sitter tonight. Brings it home to a solid top three finish in third. Drew Prail at Steve with HBR TV. You got us?
Yeah, how's it going, Steve?
Drew, it's going good, man. You put the car on pole position with a blistering lap. Millett didn't have anything for you there in qualifying. He put it outside pole, and you drive it up to a third-place finish here tonight. So solid all the way around across the board, but walk us through your night. What was the strategy coming in? Was it a matter of just trying to take care of the tire, planning for fuel and pit stops? What was the game plan?
Once I seen that we only had 2 sets, I kind of figured I'd run the first stint, take tires, and then double stint or kind of like half stint, and then grab the second set of tires because I know here it's about 44 laps on the 60% fuel if you do what Millet was doing with the coasting through 1.
Well, we were watching there late in this run, reel in Matt Opliger. Just seems like he didn't quite have enough laps left. Was that really the difference between third and second place tonight? Was just more laps?
Yeah, it was more laps and just I think getting on pit road and getting off was a little slow for me. I was a little loose getting off.
Well, either way, a solid run, third place, nothing to be upset about. Obviously, would love to get up there, finish second, maybe even a win to cap off that pole position. But you were strong, you were fast, the car looks clean here at the end. Who do you want to thank before I let you go?
I just want to thank you for hosting it, Noble for setting it up, JJ for everything he's done. I mean, most of the guys that I race with and know now is all because of just I happened to join a Lone Star Racing race, got with them, and had a really great time. Moved on from there and racing with Hostile Intent and Cornerstone Motorsports. But other than that, it's been a good time.
Well, Drew, appreciate you being here, obviously for a good cause, trying to help out JJ the best that we can. I'm glad he's on the mend, and we certainly look forward to having him back in the seat here before too long. So, Drew, congratulations again. Job well done. Thanks for talking to us, and we'll see you at the next one.
You have a good one, Steve.
Thanks, Drew. It's Drew Prowl, your third-place finisher here at Texas Motor Speedway. We're going to look at our race results, get a peek at those here before we go too much further down the road. Top 3 we talked to: Zach Millet, Matt Opliger, Drew Prowl. Matt Sisler was 4th. Jesse Redding comes home in the 5th spot. Joe Tucker was 6th. 7th went to Skylar Herod. 8th was Sean Roberts. Rowan Ash finished in the 9th spot. Michael Tucker never gave up, battled back to a top 10, still 2 laps down, but he could have just thrown in the towel there. Glad to see he stayed out there and gave everything that he had. Rob Higgs Jr. finished in the 11th spot. 12th went to Jarrett Woodard. 13th place, Cody Rhodes. Alexander Williams was 14th. Ty Bodenbach was 15th. Ken Couch, 16th. 17th went to Braden Elliott. Chris Elliott, 18th. 19th was Jonathan Marsh. Drew Blaze, Mike Fahey finishing up 20th and 21st. Tough break for those guys. Drew just, admittedly so, a little rusty, went out there, led some laps, parked it, called it a night. Mike Fahey, not sure if he was involved in that early caution, but he was out of here early. Of course, that is our race winner's favorite driver, so tough break for Mike to be out of this one so early. But that'll wrap it up for us here at HBR TV. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Glad we were able to help Justin Johnson the best that we can here by running this charity event for him. Obviously, Justin recovering for some health issues that hopefully is all squared away here, and it won't be too long before he's back behind the wheel and competing with all these guys over here at LSR and iRacing in general. Nevertheless, health is the most important thing, and we wish him the best with that, and him and his family alike. Again, thank you guys all for participating, for asking us to cover this broadcast. We were happy to do it, certainly for Justin. He's done a lot for us here at the channel as well over the years, so we jumped on that opportunity as soon as we could. With that, again, thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Join us for the next one. I'm going to be traveling all next week, so there won't be anything live at HBR TV next week, but the following week we're right back in action. The IROC Challenge Series and, of course, the Vigilante Racing League. The only 2 series we're covering right now, but more to come in December and even more to come in January. And as you saw, some more important things coming with HBR TV, a little bit of a branding change to Track Limits Network. That'll be coming January the 1, so stay tuned for that as well. Lastly, Jesse Redding has a post here in the chat that I wanted to mention and read to you guys before we're out of here. It says, thank you to everyone who came out tonight to support this race. It means a lot to the community when we can band together and show support for one of our own. Justin has done so much for others, and it meant the world to see you guys come out and support him. It was awesome to see so many of the, quote, old-timers show out this afternoon to support LSR and the gaming community Justin has created. Wish Justin well and for a speedy recovery. Couldn't have said it any better myself. With that, that's all for us. We're out of here, guys. Thanks for watching.
Ohio was a riverbank 10-speed laying in the weeds, cannonball off an old road swing. Long, long summer days, Tennessee was a guitar. The first big dream of mine. If I made it, yeah, that'd be just fine. I just wanted to play